Welcome to this first edition of Southern Gospel Now for 2022. This episode, number 42 if you're keeping count. I'm Greg Goodman. Southern Gospel Now is made possible by SouthernGospelPrizes.com, where you can currently sign up to win the Best of 2021 prize pack, including some of the top Southern Gospel CDs released last year. 3 winners will be drawn February 6th. SouthernGospelPrizes.com. Reporting that we have lost another great member of our Southern Gospel community has become all too common in our reports. Unfortunately, 2 more to tell you about. Wayne Little, tenor singer for the Blackwood Brothers Quartet, passed away from complications with COVID January 1st. Mr. Little is survived by his wife Gina and sons Micah and Mason. Graveside services were scheduled for Wednesday, January 5th at Shady Valley Memorial Gardens in Shady Valley, Tennessee. Rick Price has also passed away due to complications with COVID. Mr. Price was the founder and a member of the group New Legacy Project. Earlier in his career, he was associated with the Blackwood Brothers for a lengthy tenure. A private funeral took place in Detroit, Michigan. A celebration of life concert and memorial is being planned for Nashville in the spring. Please remember the families and ministries of both of these great men in prayer. The Southern Gospel Music Association recently made a big announcement about a future home for the Hall of Fame and Museum. SGMA President Arthur Rice.
We're so excited to announce the new home of the Southern Gospel Music Association's Hall of Fame and Museum will be right here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee at Biblical Times Dinner Theater. We're so grateful for the Lord and how that He's worked all of this out for us. And now more than ever, we're going to need your prayers and support as we begin assembling the new museum and the Hall of Fame, and we look forward to you coming and visiting with us very soon.
The move will place the SGMA Hall of Fame and Museum on the main strip in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and put it in a very visible location frequented by Southern Gospel fans. The SGMA is currently asking for donations to assist in the moving and setup of the historical collection that has been in storage since the SGMA closed within the Dollywood theme park. You can assist by becoming a member of the SGMA for only $25 a year. All the details at sgma.org. That's sgma.org. Two Coats has been a longtime favorite of bluegrass, gospel, and country fans. High Road has a new version out, and Sarah Davison of the group says the song is held up over time.
The story of what it's about and what it means to me personally is something that becomes new and fresh every time we do it live. Taking off the old coat and putting on the new coat of righteousness that's only found in Jesus. It's the best decision you'll ever make.
The latest song from Jim and Melissa Brady is Thunder. Jim Brady talks about the power of God.
It's an amazing thing to watch God work, and even though He can whisper and He can calm the sea and He can speak quietly to us, He can also thunder and He can make things change. And I'm so grateful to serve a God like that. It's an amazing thing to see and to think about the power of God.
Jim Brady is back with the Booth Brothers, and Jim and Melissa Brady are continuing full-time as well. This might be a good time for us to share a sneak peek of a new solo song from Michael Booth. Here's a sneak peek of He Never Gives Up on Me.
But He never gives up on me, and He holds every broken piece. There are days that I run, but I'm never out of reach, 'cause He never gives up on me.
The Sound had a trailer incident recently that reminded them that God is in the details well before we even realize there is a problem. Levi Mills tells us more.
We had a pretty eye-opening experience recently. Just a couple of weeks ago on our last weekend of Christmas shows, we had just made a 300-mile trip down to Indiana, and we had driven another 30 miles after we had noticed something was a little off, and we just figured we'd look at it when we got to the venue. And as soon as my dad backed that trailer up and parked it, both axles broke free and shifted on it. And so it wasn't until that vehicle was parked safely that those axles broke loose. And if that would have happened while we were driving, there's no telling what would have happened. So God really had His hand of protection on us.
Rob Mills was able to find a repairman that was local to the area, and the group was ready to go as soon as their concert was done. Adam Crabb says life is like that. Sometimes God fixes the situation, and sometimes he reminds you that he's there even when you have to walk through uncertain circumstances.
The first verse in there, God, I asked you to move that mountain, but you invited me to climb. We ask God to do things, but God says, no, you know what? I live in you. I'm your strength. I'm going to help you get through this valley, through this, whatever it is you're facing.
One more sneak peek to work in this week. Here's a preview of new music from Southbound called He's Got a Way.
You just hold on. He's got a way. Stand and be strong. He's got a way. It won't be long. He's got a way. He's got a way. He's got a way.
2022 is going to be a great year with lots of uplifting Southern gospel music, and we'll do all we can to make sure you hear about it and absorb the life-changing message. Southern Gospel Now is made possible by SouthernGospelPrizes.com. Be sure to check out the stuff you can register to win there. I'm Greg Goodman. Have a great week. Love your neighbor, and I'll check in with you next week for another edition of Southern Gospel Now.